there's been a number of questions asking about faith. So I'm just going to ask one of them because I think they're all asking around the same kind of thing. And so this is from Alex. She says, hi, I'm wondering what the difference between faith in practice and faith in a particular belief is. How does faith, either secular or non, factor into your feeling, your lifelong commitments to the Dharma?
Okay, maybe I can try my hand at that one, because it's something I've thought about a lot. Faith in a was it faith in a belief or faith in a practice, I think was the way it was framed, and I think that's a good way to frame it, because because having no religious background, I didn't even understand what the word faith meant, but it seemed to me to be often, at least at the churches and things I looked at when I was younger, be an idea of believing in things that you can't prove, believing that Noah's Ark was real or something like that, or the universe was created in 7 days, those kind of things, or Jesus died for my sins, those sorts of things, which you couldn't even prove or even investigate, and you're supposed to just believe it, and that's what faith meant. And I can't understand that sort of faith at all. I tried to have that sort of faith when I was young, and it was impossible. I wasn't able to. But then to me, the Buddhist faith would be, this is at least my experience, when I met Tim McCarthy, who became my first Zen teacher, I trusted him. He had done this practice. He'd started when he was very young. I think he was 11 or 12 years old or something. I can't remember the whole story, but he's only 10 years. He's almost exactly 10 years older than me. So that made our relationship not quite the sort of father-son dynamic that one often has with one's Zen teacher. We were much closer in age, but he had this very long practice that had helped him. And I could tell he was being honest with me, and he wasn't trying to deceive me. He wasn't trying to sell me anything. He wasn't trying to make me believe something because he wanted to believe it. I think that I've found that a lot with people in other religions, in that their insistence on what they believe in is often because they need support. They're desperate for support for this belief, so they insist on it very hard and try to make other people believe it, so that they can believe it themselves. I suspect that's a lot of what's behind a lot of what claims of what faith is all about, when I encounter it. But this other sort of faith in the practice was that it took a certain amount of trust, because I was 18 or 19 when I met Tim, and the idea of being that age and spending a lot of time sitting still looking at a wall, that's a hard sell to somebody who's punk rock musician who's 18 years old and just started university and wants to go out and do all sorts of things, to say no, it would be useful for you to sit still every day for like an hour, half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening. That's usually what's recommended for people starting in Zen. And so I had to have a certain amount of trust that I was not being lied to, that this was actually worth the effort that it would take. And so there was, so it was a much more simple faith. Like, is this person I'm looking at telling me the truth? And I thought, well, I think he's telling me the truth. I think he's found something useful out of doing this, since he was even younger than I am now, and I can have some sort of faith in that. And then it sort of grows into, we kind of going back to Dogen. When Dogen says something that I don't understand, I have to think, well, is Dogen telling me the truth? And I think he is. He does. I don't know him personally, but I think he was trying very hard to write something true, and not embellish it, and not give a personal opinion, but trying to put in something that's actually true. And so I have a certain trust in that. But to have a faith in the terms of a belief in something I can't experience for myself, I can't. I'm still incapable of that. But I do have faith in people, I suppose, and in a practice that I've also, now I've done it for 35 or some years. I found it useful, and so that's what faith is to me. There you go.
Thanks. I have nothing to add to that. I thought it was a very good answer. I'd go along with it. The only thing is, I think we have to distinguish between faith and belief.
Yeah.
But faith is important. Faith, trust in your practice, in the practice. But that doesn't require us to believe all kinds of difficult things that are probably untrue.